Hey guys, Rito again, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm not scripting this out, this is kind of something just coming off the top of my head, but we're going to be going over a tier list of not how strong these monsters are or how good they are in battle, but how good they would be if you brought them into your home and kept them as a pet. Because let's be real, some of these would be pretty awful. And we're just going to jump right into this, and I'm going to start with ape. Apes are just what you get. Like, it's an ape. Does anyone remember, like, Michael Jackson keeping his monkey Bubbles, I believe his name was, as a pet? And that worked out fine. But there was also that lady who got her face ripped off by a monkey that she was keeping as a pet. And I don't really want to have my face ripped off, so you're definitely going in D. You're definitely going in D. So Arrowhead. Arrowhead is interesting because Arrowhead is well, he's a giant scorpion. And I think having a scorpion around would be rad as hell. But he'd also be really good at keeping intruders out. I mean, can you imagine breaking into somebody's house and seeing that thing at the door? Just be like, snip, 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 snap, snap. And he's like, nope, I'm out. Dude, keep your TV. I ain't dealing with this. And I don't blame him at all. Like, I'm gonna say that's an A. Like, the only reason I'm putting him in A is he kind of looks a bit heavy and kind of awkward to cuddle with. And let's be real, that's one of the important parts of having a pet, is being able to cuddle with them. Yeah, I think that's a solid A. Bajarl. Bajarl is a bit of an interesting case. Where do we put Bajarl? I'm gonna say B for Bajarl, simply because Bajarl is a genie. Like, he won't grant you any wishes or anything, but he will punch the living hell out of anybody who comes through that door that's not supposed to be there. Yet again, awkward to cuddle with, which keeps it down, but he also might punch the hell out of you too. So, a little bit of an awkward one. Baku is an easy A. Baku is an easy A. He's a giant dog. He's cuddly as all hell. Look at him. He's so derpy. Yeah, he's the size of a house, and he doesn't really fit in the house, which is why he's not an S. But who doesn't want Clifford as a pet? Like, come on. Clifford's amazing. Becklon. D. I'm putting Becklon in D. They're creepy. They're like Goliath beetles. I don't know if you've ever heard a Goliath beetle, but their wings are really loud, and I don't want to wake up to that in the middle of the night, and I think that's all I got to say for Becklon. Centaur. Centaur, I'm going to say B. Because it's a little awkward because they like the upper body of a man, and it can kind of just get really weird to explain. But at the same time, they're like a mode of transportation because you could easily ride one of these dudes. Please don't clip that. Please don't take that out of context. But you could very easily ride one of these dudes into battle. Like, I could see that. So yeah, I'm gonna say B. Color Pandora. I just don't like them. Like, I don't have any other reasons other than they're creepy. And I'm putting them in D. Dragon is 100% S tier. Who the hell doesn't want a pet dragon? Do I even need to explain myself here? It's a dragon. We have seen, what's her name? Daenerys, and how awesome it is to have dragons. And that brings us to Duncan. Duncan. I'm gonna say D. Not D. C. C for Duncan. Because they're adorable. They're a toy. They look like they'd be fun to play with. But at the same time, you can just like bump into them and break them, and they just like fall all over the place. And they also have the chance of just blowing your house up if they just feel like it. Yeah, C. Durahan. I'm gonna say A for Durahan. Because who doesn't like having suits of armor in their house? Like, that's something we've done for millennia. That's something we've done forever. Humans do that. And this one's alive. This one can fight battles for you. Yeah. Sorry, I'm daydreaming about having a Durahan fight my battles. Gaboo. B. I'm gonna say B for Gaboo. Because he's not quite as good as Durahan, so I don't like want to put him up on Durahan's level. But Gaboo I mean, they're collapsible for easy storage. They'll fit in just about any space. Like, they're like a cat. They're liquid. But they're kind of weird how they just, like, sprout legs when they need it. And it's just really awkward to have around. See, I think a B is a good place for it. Ghost. Another monster that could blow your house up with a dove bomb. I'm going to say C. Because I feel like a lot of people have ghosts in their house anyway, or at least think they do. How many haunted buildings do we know of? Like, there's so many of them. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna put that. Golly. Are golly dry clean only? Or can you just, like, put one through a regular washing machine? Like, they don't have a body, so I can't imagine they're super dirty. Like, if they're dry clean only, they're definitely a B. I'm gonna assume they can't be put through a regular washing machine, so B. And keeping them clean is going to be really difficult, because then you can get, like, that steam gun. Like, you know, the little steam thing they use to steam clean stuff? Because otherwise I feel like he's just going to get all dingy and gross real fast. Golem is just going to be awkward to house anywhere. So I think you're going to go into C for that. I don't want to put you in D. No, I don't want to put you in D. You're not that low. Like, you're not as bad as an ape who's going to rip my face off. But at the same time, if Golem gets angry, he just, like, bulldoze your house. Or if you slap it on the back and he goes to slap you back and you just get catapulted into Indonesia. Yeah, no, you're going into D. You're gonna kill me. I feel like you're gonna kill me. Hair. Hair is gonna go in B, right there with Bajarl. I'm gonna move these guys down, because I feel like he's on the same level as Bajarl. He'll make a great sparring partner, but this one's actually fun to cuddle with. So I'm actually gonna put him above Bajarl, because this one's actually fun to cuddle with. Because look at it, it's a chubby bunny. Chubby bunny. There you go. Chubby bunny. Yeah, there's the chubby bunny challenge, and I can't even say it with nothing in my mouth. Oh, God. Henger. Collapsible. Folds up for easy storage. And includes a can opener. Hard to argue with that kind of utility. I'm gonna say S, because who doesn't want a robot droid? Like a droid servant or something. Like, so I'm gonna put it in S for servant. Not quite as cool as a dragon, because dragons are dragons. I mean, you can't argue with dragons. But he's still pretty cool. Hopper. These little lemur bastards. Cuddly. You're in the upper brackets because you're cuddly. But they are going to punch you in the mouth. But that also gives them bonus points for being able to spar with them and have a lot of fun. But they are so weird in those eyes. Could you imagine these eyes looking at you? Like in the middle of the night? Like you wake up and there's just those googly eyes bouncing around, staring at you from the darkness. Yeah, that's gonna keep you down in B, friend. Other than that, you're great, but I don't want to deal with those creepy eyes staring at me in the middle of the night. Gel, yet again, a very, very high utility pet. As far as I can tell, it can take the form of anything it sees. Could it become a Lamborghini? Like, could that thing just become a car and then you can just jet around in it? Because I gave Centaur bonus points for being a good mode of transportation. And if this can become a car, well, that's a better mode of transportation than a horse. Also, Gel is collapsible for easy storage, which I gave Henger bonus points for. I'm gonna give you an A. Not quite as cool as a robot servant, but still pretty awesome. Jill, easy D. I mean, look at it. Do you want to clean up all that hair? Like, I already own a cat, and I do not want to keep up with the amount of hair that it's producing. I do not want to deal with the amount of hair that Jill is going to produce. Joker would straight up murder you in your sleep. D tier. Joker would straight up murder you in your sleep. Kato is maxing out at C because he's going to drink all your alcohol. You're going to go to work, come home, and be like, man, I had a hard day at work, and now I'm going to pour myself a whiskey. And it's just gone. Kato just hammered all of that back while you were gone. Also can burn your house down. So, C at best. Metliner. Most likely, I'm going to vote Metliner most likely to ditch you and not hang around very long. So that's going to put him in C. Because I think it'd be kind of cool to have an alien as a pet. Like, being able to tell people, it's like, hey, bro, want to come home and see my Martian? And then they think you're hitting on them, but you're not. You actually have a Martian. You're not just trying to show them, like, your goods. But I think that would be interesting. So just for the fact that I can claim I have a Martian, I think that's where we're at. Mew. Definitely top tier. It's a cat doll. It's awesome. It's no more dangerous than a regular cat. Like, yeah, I know it has metal claws that come out of its hands, but I mean, have you seen cats? Cats are S tier. That's all there is to it. Mochi just sucks at everything. I don't care. I hate mochis. D tier. Mock. Mocks don't really produce leaves, do they? They do produce a lot of wood. Like, they can just, like, shoot, like, twigs and stuff at you. And if you're in a cold region, like, that's a B. Because that's, like, an infinite amount of kindling. And that's just invaluable. Like, they could feed a fire and keep you warm an entire winter for next to nothing. All you have to do is feed it. That's not a bad deal. Models. Great for home repairs. Did Kyle punch a hole in your wall due to running out of monster? Yeah, just put a mono in front of it. You'll be fine. And when you're done, when you don't need it anymore, just hang it up. Get a couple picture hooks, hang it up, wall art. Boom. A tier. Naga. Another monster that I feel like would murder you in your sleep. And I don't really want to wake up to. But the trade-off there is Nagas are really, really cool. And are really good at keeping intruders away. Definitely C. Nightin. Do Nightins need water to survive? I'm gonna say they probably don't. I have this image in my head of a Nightin going up to your electrical sockets and just shoving his tentacle in and shocking the hell out of your entire system and just destroying all your electronics. No, D tier. That's awful. I love my computer more than I love this Nightin, so yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Phoenix would definitely burn your house down. D tier, absolutely. Okay, Pixie's a little awkward. Let's be real, having a Pixie as a pet seems really cool. Like, you have a little person you can talk to, keep in your bedroom, and then you have to explain that to people. Like the FBI. Plant, huh? What can I say about Plant? He's a plant. I'm going to say he's got the suck. People really like plants, keeping them in their house, taking care of them, they keep them company, like even real plants. Like, my girlfriend's got so many plants in her room. So I think having a plant would be just kind of normal. Yet again, don't want this thing looking at me in the middle of the night. Also kind of a mischievous little bastard. D. You're an S tier, because you're just doggo. Lightning doggo is doggo. Tiger goes straight to the top. Dogs are awesome. Undine, yet again, gonna have to explain to the FBI why you have a water woman locked up in your closet, and it's also gonna get everything wet, so it's definitely lower than Pixie, because you have all the problems that come with Pixie, but also with water. So D tier. One thing we're realizing here is a lot of these monsters are really bad pets. Worm. Okay, hear me out. How many of you have actually raised a worm? If you've raised a worm, you know what I'm talking about when I say they sprout those little spider legs, and it's absolutely terrifying. Could you imagine waking up to this thing wanting food? Like, picture this. You're laying in your bed, and you're just chilling, everything's good, you're relaxing, maxing, all cool, and all of a sudden you wake up to this weight on your chest, and it's just this 8-legged worm staring you in the face, begging for food. Yeah, no, D tier. I don't think I need to explain Raki. I don't need to explain this at all. This is a murderous doll that's going to try and kill you. D tier. Where the hell do I put Zilla? Zilla has the problems of Golem, where he's really big and not really easy to keep anywhere, but he also looks really fuzzy, and I kind of just want to, like, lay into his stomach. You know what I mean? Like, just replace my bed with a Zilla. I think this is getting into some weird fetish territory at this point that I'm not fully aware of yet. So I'm just gonna go C. Finally, Zoom. Zoom feels a lot like a dog to me. So he's definitely in the upper half. Like, he feels more like a dog, because I feel like a Zoom would play fetch with you. I also feel like you might be able to ride a Zoom. So, like, possible transportation level there. I think that's gonna be an A. Yeah, let's put Zoom in A. You get to ride a Zoom. I feel like they're big enough to ride. That'd be really cool to just ride into town and be like, yay, I'm here to pick up my shopping. And it's just, you pull up on a raptor. Who's not gonna love that? Dude, you'll get so many girls that way. Raptors get girls, dude. Who's gonna say no to the dude on a raptor? But with all that said, I do have a Discord. It's linked down in the description if you want to hang out and talk Monster Rancher or anything else for that matter. We also play a lot of fighting games and have game nights every other Friday. And with that, everybody, go forth, raise yourself a monster, and have a beautiful day.